Is this the right decision?
For Biden, absolutely. I actually went on Fox News at 9 a.m. for exclusive one-on-one interview in which I publicly suggested that he step aside for the first time, and I endorsed the vice president. And 2 hours later, the president's gone. So I'm like, for me, it's wow. My timing could not have been more exquisite. And I had members of Vice President Harris's team thanking me because the headline out of the interview was skipping over Kamala Harris would be a catastrophic mistake. I was in no uncertain terms. I made it clear that there's no way we're skipping over her. There's no way we would commit that political malpractice.
Why did you think there was a risk that might have happened?
Well, because people were talking about it openly. They were plotting out in the open, and I just wouldn't stand for it. Kamala is a friend of mine. She's been incredibly loyal. I know her on a personal level. I know her husband as well. He's salt of earth, such a great, decent guy. And I just heard, actually mostly men, just plotting for her removal. They didn't just want Biden to go, they wanted to remove the entire ticket. And they wanted some sort of like Avengers fantasy where you had like Gavin Newsom from over there and like Gretchen Whitmer from over there. And like it doesn't really work like that. You know, she's the only one who could have inherited the $240 million war chest. And I really don't think there's any universe in which our base, Black Americans, would have allowed party chieftains to just override her. You know, our base is why we defeated Trump. We owe them the respect of listening to them.
You know her. How do you think she's personally feeling?
Oh, I know how she's personally feeling. She called a bunch of us. She thanked us. She's like, "We're not going to let this day. She's not going to let this day go by without thanking us."
So what did she say
She's
to
really
you?
good. I wasn't. It was with members of Congress out of respect. I didn't like. I was grateful to be on the call with hopefully our next president. But my friend Ted Lieu. Hi, Ted. He's like, I'm pretty sure he's the third highest ranking Democrat in the House. He said we will be working 25 hours a day for her, working to get her reelected. I'm sorry, I'm exhausted. Working to get her elected
I mean, it's
to
been an
the
exhausting time, we understand. Um,
yeah.
there are some complexities, aren't there? She's by no means guaranteed to be the nominee. Talk us through exactly the kind of the architecture that has to happen for her to then
Well,
officially be the nominee.
you bring up a really good point because there's already drama erupting. I'm seeing some silliness from the Joe Manchin corner of the world. He's up to something again. There's always something going on with Joe Manchin. I think he's like itching to run against her and trying to understand the rules. Joe Manchin is the Democrat slash independent slash the person who ruined Biden's massive climate legislation. So we'll see what happens. But I think after the Clintons came out, after the Obamas came out, and obviously Biden endorsed her, and also my own governor, by the way, Josh Shapiro endorsed her. I think he would make a great vice presidential pick. I'm going to go everywhere and say that Josh Shapiro should be on this presidential ticket.
Mm.
He's the governor of a battleground state. This is a must-win state. Pennsylvania is no joke. The path to the White House runs straight through here. But yeah, you're right. There are a number of considerations. The convention is from August 19th to the 22nd. I will be there on the floor. I'm going to be in the thick of it, and we'll see what happens. And as you know, a week in politics is a universe. A week ago, Trump was just shot. Can you imagine? So I making predictions in politics is like a futile affair.
You mentioned some of the endorsements that Harris has received. Were you disappointed, therefore, when Obama made his statement yesterday that he didn't say, Kamala Harris is the future?
Um, no, because I know that he weighs his words carefully and he usually comes around. And honestly, with all due respect, I'm kind of like in the Biden world of things. I was probably too young. I was in high school when Obama was at the height of his power. But I think there's still some resentment in Biden world that President Biden pushed him out in 2016 in favor of Hillary Clinton. He basically said, you're grieving your son's death right now. It's not the best time for you to run. And Hillary has a better shot. So I think there's still some simmering resentment there. Um, I personally feel that Joe Biden might have performed better than Hillary Clinton in 2016. So I agree with the president in that, President Obama shortchanged Biden, like underestimated him. So I'm not really that concerned about what Obama's saying about my girl. I have full confidence in her. She's grown in her job. She's a forceful prosecutor. She's out there effectively litigating the case against convicted felon Donald Trump every single day.
Mm.
And she's getting better and better. I've seen her grow. It's remarkable.
The challenge for whoever the nominee is significant. The last kind of polling I saw had Donald Trump ahead in all of the crucial swing states. This is a chance for real momentum now from the Democrats. Do you think they can actually do it? Seize the opportunity and, prevent infighting and sort of have a clear direction to say, right, okay, we unite, we do this again.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but we just had a gangbusters fundraising day. The base is fired up. This is what we wanted. I am so excited. And as you mentioned, that battleground states, okay, let me just be clear. There are 3 states that really, really matter, and that's Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan. And to be honest, Biden was bleeding. It was not looking good. It was hemorrhaging. It was really bad. But that was Trump versus Biden. It wasn't Trump versus Harris. And we haven't, really campaigned with her at the top of the ticket yet. We will. And I don't know if you saw, but Trump is already trying to weasel his way out of the debate.
The next one in September.
With Kamala.
If it is with her.
Prosecutor.
Yeah.
Roasting someone's butt is her job. And I'm very excited to see that. I'm going to, stock up on the popcorn. I'm very excited. I think he might not even show because he's not going to be like President Biden. Kamala's at the top of her game right now.
If it is Kamala, one of the issues that came up at the last debate and will definitely feature in September would be the issue of reproductive rights. And having her as the candidate could significantly change that conversation.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, it's kind of taken a backseat to all the drama in recent weeks, but I can't even imagine a world where we don't have full control over. I just can't even imagine. I can't believe this happened. And she has been out there every single day being a champion for reproductive rights. If we can't control our bodies, nothing else matters. And Trump, let's just put it into perspective. Trump is an adjudicated rapist. This is not me saying it. He was found liable for sexual abuse against E. Jean Carroll in a court of law. This happened. This happened. This is reality. He appointed a third of the Supreme Court. Okay. He appointed 3 of the 9 Supreme Court justices. That Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. 2 of the other justices are now on the brink of retirement. So we are not just electing a president. We are essentially picking the next 2 Supreme Court justices. I certainly don't want a Clarence Thomas clone. I don't know about you, but I'm just not interested in having my body policed anymore. I'm done.
To sum up how you're feeling, Lindy, with the news that is pretty fresh, it sounds as though you are relieved, exhausted, and excited.
Yeah, I haven't slept since Friday, so it's Monday now. What day? Almost Monday now. I don't know. I just ran 5 miles. I think, obviously, I know that we're on the right track because otherwise I would not have the energy to do what I'm doing right now. For the first time in almost a month, I feel hope. I was invited to join the president of the debate. I was there in Atlanta on June 27th. And I can't describe to you my shock at what happened. First, I thought I was losing my hearing. I couldn't hear the debate. And I texted my friends, am I going the way of Beethoven? What's going on here? And so, for me, that was an earth-shattering moment. I laughed that I divide my life into AD and BD before debate and after debate. But I feel like things for the first time are turning around. I'm super excited about this. And I have a friend running for president. How this can't get any better.